sure they have fun too. You guys want to see a magic trick in a little bit?
Yes.
Alright, if you guys are good, I'll do a magic trick in 5 minutes. You gotta give me about 5. Okay, if you guys are bad, no magic tricks. Just kidding. Okay, I'll still probably do one. Well, maybe I won't. Alright, well, let me grab my stuff.
You want to see Damien with another trick?
Now, I can't remember if you guys said, do you guys already own Cutco, or is this actually the first time you're seeing it?
No, this would be the first time we're actually.
This is the first time you're seeing Cutco, really?
Yes.
My God, that is so rare for me. I would say like 95% of the time I'm just seeing people that like have owned it for like 5 or 10 or 20 years before. But if you guys haven't seen it before, this is really pretty cool. Okay, I'm excited about this because, well, I mean, you'll see why in a minute, but wow, you've never seen Cutco before. What have you been cooking with? I'm just kidding. Okay, well, yeah, right. Yeah, I know you guys have knives. I'm just joking. My mom had never seen Cutco before I got started either, so I was really excited to be able to show it to her because I don't know what she'd been cooking with. I mean, the stuff was so dull and everything was kind of rusted, and the knives really weren't that good. And so, like I said, I hope you guys like Cutco.
Well, thank you for describing our knife set.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me over. This really means a lot. I don't know if you guys know, but this is the only way that I'm paying for college. So literally without somebody like you that's really, really nice that recommends me to, a lot of other people that I would never be able to go to school. And so, my goal is, we moved here to this country and I'm really just trying to make my parents proud by paying for school by myself. I don't know if you know a lot of college students that want to pay for school by themselves. That's really my goal. And I'm doing it because I want to really get a job where I can help other people in the future. I want to start a company that really is able to help young people. I'm not really sure in what really way, but that's kind of my goal as well. And so just so you know, like I said on the phone, you don't have to actually buy any Cutco today. In fact, Cutco is too expensive to buy just to be nice. However, don't be surprised if you see something you like, if you see a set of Cutco that you like, and if you love it, don't hesitate to get it today. And just so you know, right now, I'm in a huge contest, and my goal is to sell $10,000 in my first 10 days. So if you wanted to spend $10,000 today, that would be great. That way I can just take the rest of the week off. Maybe we can all go out to dinner later. It'll be my treat. I'm just kidding. You don't have to spend $10,000 today. However, I just want you to know that that goal, when I say it to customers, that totally freaks me out because I've never been the type of person that does anything big like that. I was on the soccer team, but I wasn't the captain. I was never in any shows or plays, and I was kind of sort of the non-standout kid in school. And so this is really the first time that I'm going after something that's really, really big. And my commitment is that whether you spend $1 today or you buy all 10,000 of it today, my commitment is I'm going to work all the way to the very last day, which is Monday night at midnight, and I'm going to be literally till 11:59 p.m. making phone calls, working all the way as hard as I humanly possibly can just to hit my goal. That's my commitment no matter what. That way I can look in the mirror at the end of it and know that I really hit my goal. So again, obviously my goal is not, like I said, that you buy any Cutco today, but really more that you like Cutco and that you like me enough where by the end of the demo, you're comfortable recommending me to 5 to 10 to 15 to maybe 173 of your closest friends. Just kidding. Just 10 to 15 is going to be great. But don't worry about that now. That's only if you like me and like Cutco by the end of it. Sounds good? Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds awesome. So I'm going to go through here some of my goals. Like I said, for me, this Fast Start contest, this is my biggest one ever. And again, my goal is to sell $10,000 of Cutco. I can win a whole bunch of free stuff. Plus, I'm buying for this limo night where I can win dinner with the division manager. And for me, that's going to be a really great way to get promoted and obviously get some really good experience on my resume. As far as me personally, I'm actually going to be a student at DePaul University, and this is just a picture of my family, and here's my girlfriend and everything like that, and I'm just working really hard because I want to make them really proud, and these are all the signatures of people that have already helped me out on my demo so far, so hopefully I can add your signature here by the end of this demo. And here's some of the goals that I talked about before. I'm going to DePaul University, I want to become an entrepreneur, I'm building my resume and my business skills, and I want to sell $10,000 of Cutco. Again, that might seem like a crazy amount, but actually the knives are amazing, and most people find that they actually get stuff. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm kind of new at this thing. Do you mind if I just read my manual?
Oh, no, go
Hopefully
ahead.
you don't make any fun of me or anything like that for doing that, but it just makes it a lot easier for me. Okay, and I mean, you can get sets, you can get, individual pieces. We have tons of accessories and gifts. We also have interest-free investment options. That way, if you want to get something, you can like break it up on payments a lot easier. You don't pay for it all at once. And just so I know, do you cook because you have to, because you like to, or because you love to?
See, I love to cook.
Okay, great. You're gonna love Cutco then. All right, sweet. So, before we begin, I'm gonna actually have you do me a quick favor. I need you to go on a little bit of a scavenger hunt. I need you to go and grab me, literally just go to your kitchen drawer, grab me your best serrated edge or straight edge, and a steak knife, and we're gonna use different pieces.
Okay.
All right, so a serrated edge, a straight edge, a steak knife, and then while you're up there, can you grab a really super shiny penny? And do you have like any like tomatoes or like any carrots, anything like that you want to bring up? If not, I got some here, no sweat.
Okay.
All right, and then do you mind if we use like this apple from the fruit basket?
Oh, yeah.
We can cut it up, we can also eat it. So that's cool. If you want to bring some peanut butter or whatever you want to use, that's great too. Okay, awesome. All right, so you actually have some pretty cool knives. All right, thanks for bringing those out. That's great. So I'm going to tell you why Cutco is the top-selling American-made brand in the United States. We'll take a look at our product line, and then we're going to review prices and specials all the way at the end, okay?
All right.
All right, sweet. So I only work through referrals, like I mentioned before, so hopefully you like me and Cutco enough to tell some of your friends about me. So let me tell you about the company. We've been around since 1949, and all the knives have been made in America. We take a lot of pride in that in our factory in Olean, New York. We sell over $200 million of Cutco annually, and we have over 16 million customers. You may have seen us on TV shows. By the way, if you're not taking notes, you are psychotic. And you may have seen us on TV shows like Modern Marvels and Made in America. By the way, this is one of the only products that you can buy once, use every single day, and never have to replace. And if you want to have somebody give you your notes, you can do that too. Cutco is also a proud producer of many K-bar knives that used by both military and law enforcement agents. And we're involved with a couple different charities. This one's called the Deliver Fund, which actually fights human trafficking in the United States. Would you like to donate $1 to fight human trafficking?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then we'll go ahead and actually I bring this to my office every single week. Okay, sweet. So to start off, I'm going to show you two products that demonstrate the quality of Cutco, okay? The first piece of Cutco is this little black box. Just kidding, it's actually what's in the box. What do you think is in here?
Let's see, a knife.
A very square knife. It's actually one of those cutting scissors knives.
Nice.
I'm sure you've used scissors before.
Yes.
These are great, actually. They are good for righties and they're good for lefties, and they come apart. You ever like cut chicken like every once in a while?
Yes.
Or like maybe opening up like.
There's clamshell, like.
Yeah, those
boxes.
materials. Those hard to open. Okay, so this
Oh,
is
yeah.
really cool. Let's say you go and cut chicken, and then you want to go and cut the tops off broccolis. These come apart, so you can put them in the dishwasher or sanitary future uses afterwards. So I'm going to show you here. Hey, so little Ethan, how old are you?
17.
Great, you're 11? That's awesome. So, do you like magic tricks?
Sure.
Okay, cool. How cool would it be if I could cut this penny?
Pretty cool, I guess.
Alright. Hold on, I can't do it. I gotta get myself really started here. Just kidding, it's really easy actually. Check that out. Isn't that pretty amazing?
Yeah.
So these are high carbon surgical stainless steel blades and thermal resin handles. So I mean, they're good for everything, obviously. I mean, can you imagine if you can cut a penny, like what kind of things you can do in the garage? You can cut tile, you can cut carpet, any thin metals, obviously. Obviously, can you imagine cutting through chicken with these ones? It'd be like cutting through butter. So could you see yourself using these ones like every day? Think about like opening up packages. You ever get boxes from like Amazon?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, you're like
Just,
grabbing a
down the
knife,
road.
you're like grabbing like a fork, you have no idea to open them too. These will just be right in your block. So they're really great. And then I'm gonna show you this is our like mystery Cutco Ninja. Like nobody would believe how awesome this peeler is, but you have got to see it. I know peelers seem like they're kind of lame and like it's always like the worst product ever. we spent years designing the last peeler you'll ever have to buy. You gotta try this peeler, it's amazing.
Okay, so.
Isn't that insane? That would eat those like the carrot peels fly off the carrot.
Well, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah? Didn't you ever have that much fun peeling a carrot, right?
No, it didn't.
Here's what's cool. If you are the most awesome customer in the history of the universe, I might just hook you up with those 2 things for free at the end of this appointment.
Nice.
So keep those in mind, okay? Alright, no more fun, no more fun.
Okay.
Like I said, it's only gonna be for free later. It's actually really not even for sale. I'm not supposed to even sell them because they're so high quality that we could really only give them away for free later. Okay, so let me show you where we got the idea for Cutco. What I'm gonna show you right now are what's called the world's most expensive set of knives. What do you think they're gonna look like? I'm telling you, the world's most expensive set of knives.
Really shiny, kind of like Woodstock looking knives, those.
Like super nice quality?
Yes.
Okay, ready? The world's most expensive set of knives.
Oh.
Probably not what you're thinking about, right?
Yeah,
Alright, so these are the world's most expensive set of knives. The average knife set is designed to last only 2 years, so households will spend tons and tons of money replacing cheap knives over and over again. I mean, you probably know this better than I do, but cheap knives have a lot of problems. Actually, in fact, I always get knives from like my customers whenever they buy Cutco. So I'm going to show you a couple of them that I've gotten over the last few weeks. So this is an example of like a wooden handle. Wooden handles are attractive and new, but wood is absolutely disgusting to have in the kitchen. I mean, it might look nice at first, but it absorbs odors, grease, bacteria. You can even see it, like all the discoloration. You see like those, like how dark it is around the rivets there, the little metal clamps. That's actually food particles that have gotten stuck around there, and bacteria that's getting in there and eating the food particles and like decaying like all the bacteria poop, and it's like really gross. This is what all your wooden handles look like. I'm not gonna say that that's what your wooden handles look like, but I'm pretty sure that wood is the same as that wood. And I made my mom throw away all the wooden handles. It's so nasty. As far as plastic handles, obviously they're much more sanitary, but they're typically pretty cheaply constructed. They will melt, chip, crack, and break. They're very slippery when they're wet, which is very extremely dangerous while cutting. So for example, this is a plastic handle, which seems like a decent looking knife until it broke, right? And so could you imagine like pushing down really hard and it just snaps? Plastic handles have those issues as well. They're also really slippery when wet. Remember when you're like, you know, since you can't put them in the dishwasher, you have to wash them how? By hand, right? And so you have like that big pool in the sink of like soapy water, and you're like reaching in there to wash something. Like you don't want to like run into a knife blade. Most knives have what's called partial tang, which means the steel only goes through halfway to the handle. That's kind of like this. Obviously, you know, you wouldn't want a knife being partial tang, but most companies are just, they don't care about their knives. The rivets, which are these little metal clamps that hold them together, they're made of brass, which expands, contracts, and loosens. That's what creates the gaps there for food particles. There are 2 types of steel. High carbon steel looks like this. I'm sure there's better ways to get iron in your diet, right? So, but people like them because they're really nice and durable and tough. But it does rust and corrode, so it's really unattractive and sanitary. Stainless steel, it looks nice, but it's really, really soft. And so soft knives go dull really fast, and you have to consistently sharpen them up. Mr. Jones, have any of your knives ever gone dull over the years?
Yes.
How often would you say over the course of a year you resharpen your knives?
Well, I have to sharpen my straightedge after every time I use them, so.
I know that's what you're supposed to do, but how often do you actually probably do it?
Probably like once every month.
Once every month or so, right? But they recommend you do it every single time, right? So imagine like if a dentist told you you have to brush your teeth every day, but you only did it once a month.
It'd be terrible.
Right, so that's kind of what's happening to your knives. That's why they're going dull so quickly, faster and faster than ever, because obviously they're never going to be really sharp. Okay, there's 2 types of edges. Straight edges, that's the most common. That's what everybody typically has, right? Because you have to sharpen them, but you know they require a lot of sharpening. And straight edges, those are typically much more useful because they stay sharp longer. But once these go dull, you can never sharpen them. You just have to be used dull and dull and dull and dull. And that's the most dangerous thing you can possibly do, is to use dull, dangerous knives. You can push down so much harder, and that's how people slip and cut themselves. Okay, so. I mean, the complaints of low-quality knives is obviously, yeah, they're a piece of garbage. They're going to break all the time. You're going to spend tons more money. I mean, here's the thing. If a really low-quality knife costs $10, right, and you have to buy 8 of them, right, if your kitchen drawer has 8 knives that are like 8 different things, that's like $80. And then started cooking when you were 25, finished cooking when you were 65, well, not finished, but not as much. That's 40 years. And then let's say you have to replace these knives every 2 years. You just go to Walmart and grab another knife every couple of years. That's 20 replacements. That's $1,600 that people spend over the course of their lifetime on stuff that looks like this. Now you probably don't, you didn't write a check for $1,600 and get these knives, but over the lifetime, that's exactly what you're spending. So let me show you how Cutco solved all these problems. I know you said you guys have never seen Cutco before. You guys excited to see it?
Yeah,
Dude,
let's
I'm
go.
pumped too. Again, this is your very first time you're seeing it. It's always a very special occasion. Okay, I can't bring out the knife yet. First is the polishing cloth. Oh, let me get the polishing cloth first. You don't like show it like an engagement ring without having the proper presentation, right?
Yeah. I did that, but anyway.
All right.
Polish. Thank you. There's no waste to it, no weight to it.
There are 5 features that make Cutco the world's finest set of cutlery. First of all, how does that feel in your hand?
Feels amazing. It feels like right in my hand. It's comfortable.
Is it pretty comfortable? Go ahead and put it in your left hand. Same way?
Oh yeah, same way.
Great. Well, the first feature you're noticing is the universal wedge lock handle, which is any size hand. Universal design locks your hand into place, increasing control and safety, and it's going to reduce fatigue and makes Cutco a little bit more expensive to have the design, but it's definitely worth it. The second feature is our Thermo resin material. That's what this handle is made of.
Okay.
And Thermo resin will never chip, crack, or break. It's an expensive material to use, but it's definitely worth it because it is 100% dishwasher safe. That is the main reason my mom decided to buy Cutco. I mean, she was going to buy a knife to help me out,
Sure.
but when she bought a full set, it was just because she never wanted to be able to, wash her knife by hand ever again.
Yeah.
The third feature is our full Tang construction using 3 nickel silver rivets. It's flush with the handle, making it a lot more comfortable, and it's strong, and it's sanitary, and also creates strength and balance. The fourth feature is our high-grade steel. The steel that we use, high-carbon stainless steel, is really, really expensive to use, but it's worth it because it has the best of both worlds. It's high-carbon to keep it really, really sharp, stainless steel so it actually does not rust. It'll actually stay really, really nice and shiny for generations. The fifth feature is actually our most famous. It's our exclusive Stay Sharp Double D Edge. So right now, all I just want to do is I'm going to compare how different types of edges will work, okay?
Alright.
All right, sweet. So we got your knives here. And I'm going to cut through a piece of rope because it's very fibrous, like tough piece of meat or celery, so it'll illustrate very easily how different types of edges will work. And plus it won't hurt your knife or anything like that. Okay, I'll pretend like I didn't just do that on the table. All right. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm going to actually have you do the cutting.
Okay.
I'll just put it on this side. All right, cool. So I'm going to first have you cut with the serrated edge. And here's what I want you to do. I'm going to have you start at the back of the blade,
Alright.
push down hard, make full strokes, and I'm going to hold the rope here so you don't have to worry about it, okay?
Thank you.
Can you hear the cutting? Yeah, so a serrated edge cuts with the points, so it rips and tears the rope. As you can see it like frays and everything like that. All right, the next one they're going to use is your straight edge. Again, start at the back of the blade, push down hard, make full strokes. Didn't know you got to work out today, huh?
I know. It's just.
Great job. But you can see that makes a much, much cleaner cut, right? So next, let's try with Cutco. Same thing. Start at the back of the edge, push down hard, and make a full stroke.
Dang. Mind blown. Mind blown. Just.
Isn't that pretty amazing? All right, let me show you why that happened. Aside from the fact that you got magically stronger over the last 5 seconds, is actually because we actually designed an incredible special edge in 1952 called the Double D Edge. It's got 3 straight edges that are located in between the points that cut forwards, backwards, and straight down. It cuts forwards, backwards, and straight down. And what happens is these points hit the cutting board. That's what dulls your knife. Obviously, a tomato does not dull steel, but the cutting board, the hard shiny surfaces, stuff like that, that's what dulls your knives. And these points, basically, these are like the bodyguards. And inside the middle, these are like the